How's everybody doing? My name is Nick. I live in the Catskills. That's upstate New York. I do work on the truck videos like this Ram 2500. I do work on the shop videos, the house videos. If you like that, subscribe. I think this has got to be my full-time fishing vehicle. If you remember, I just went fishing the other day. I recorded a bunch of videos, and I was coming back, and I said to myself, you know what? We just gotta make the switch and just start taking this thing out full-time. The Suburban is great. Obviously, it's reliable, but it's very, very old, rusted, big time. Starts up every time, but it's just, it's just rusty. I need new fuel lines. They're rusted out. New fuel pumps, rusted out. Still can start. You got to crank it a little bit and it starts, but yeah, you can smell the gas. Everything is rusted. I think its days are numbered. It's been great for me. I paid very little money for it. It was fun working on it. I want another one that's not rusted because I just absolutely love the 2006 Tahoe Suburban, that era. It's just awesome. But I think for now it needs to go to someone else. The only thing on it that I have to take off is the River Quiver. That's what's got to go on here. The River Quiver is, if you don't know, it's a rod holder. It's a 2 rod holder. And I have to say, I wish I put the 4. The River Quiver, I've had it, I think I've had it for 3 seasons now. It's just a great tool to have. It keeps everything safe. I should have bought the 4. I bought the 2. I said to myself, geez, I never have more than 2 rods with me. It's true, but if I have somebody else, right? Then we're breaking down rods. It's stupid. I should have bought the 4. I have no River Quiver. If you're watching this, I could use the 4. I only have the 2 right now. I could use the 4. So that's it. We're going to get that thing off the Suburban. We're going to transplant it over here. Got to do some work to get it on this thing. I got to measure and make sure it's going to get in the garage. Obviously, this thing is huge. But I think it will. I'm pretty sure I have enough clearance. I think I have about this much clearance, which is like 14 inches. That River Quiver, that doesn't stick up that high. Maybe only like about this much. So I probably have a good 5-6 inches to spare. Let's get going because it's about to rain. I can hear the wind and we might have to close this garage door. All right, let's go. There we go. Laying down. You can see the connection right here. Sorry if it's shaky. Right, just 4 Allens and they go straight through. Works out great. Never had an issue at all. This is obviously upside down. It comes with a lock. That was kind of, as far as I was concerned, one of the bigger selling features is that it has a lock already in it. Some of these things you have to like buy that as an extra. This one comes with it. And you can fit up to a 10-foot rod in here. So that's nice. For a 10-foot rod? A 10-foot rod fits. I think that's what they're saying. Yeah, so a 10-foot rod fits because I have a 10-foot rod and it fits in here. I don't think an 11-foot fits though. Maybe a 10-foot 4. Sometimes there's some 10-foot 2 and 10-foot 4 rods. I don't know if those will fit either, but I guarantee a 10 fits because I've put a nymph rod in here all the time. All right, now for where I'm putting this. You can see how I had that solar panel mounted right here. That looks like a U-channel, but if you remember, that's 1x1 that I just cut a little slot out of. This one right here, I believe I can use. And then I need to put one over there. And that will do it. I think I also mentioned that this is adjustable. If you look down in there, you can see the nut. So you can move this thing, which is awesome. My chop saw died, if you can believe that. It was like a three-way adjustable compound miter saw from DeWalt. Cost me a whole pile of dough. 5 years ago, it's dead. So I just bought a new rigid, but I haven't set it up yet. And so we're using a hacksaw. I guess I could use a grinder too, but I want it to be straight. Beautiful. 2 inches from both sides. I think that'll be... I need a full face shield. That's what I need. cut this off and then we'll flapper wheel it just a hair just to take the edges off. Always nice to have multiple grinders. Okay, now we got to do some drilling. Yeah, let's give that a shot. All right, these are T-nuts that I'm using. They're going to go, obviously, like that. 1/4 20, right? Yep, 1/4 20, and wouldn't you know it, I don't have any 1/4 20 nuts that I know of. Okay, I save everything. It's just, that's just the way it is. What is, I don't even know what this is. This is something that's related to Weston, but this is not Weston hardware. I must have pulled this off. Oh, I pulled this off of a HughesNet satellite dish. This is looking like 1/4 20 to me. Oh, baby. It's even got a little washer. It's a washer nut. Maybe I need just 2 of those. Okay, got my hardware. Even though these nuts have like flanges on them, I'm still going to use washers. Got my 1/4 20 T's. Got my new hole drilled. I put it up there and marked it so I know that it's accurate. This obviously is going to go through this, no problem. Let's get it up there, crank it down, and let's put the rod holder in. Well, we've run into an issue. This is the bottom of that bracket. It doesn't fit underneath here. So what I think I'm going to have to do is just notch this out a little bit, then loosen this up, put it underneath. Last issue we need to solve is these bolts are too long. They'll screw straight through and go into the top, so we got to cut them down. But we got to be careful because this thread's pretty fine. I think this is an M6. I'm not sure if it's a 50 or an 80 pitch. I'll have to look into that, but it's definitely an M6. So we might cut it down with a hacksaw and not a grinder. All right. Oh. Gotta remember. Let's see if this is correct. Yes, so it's an 80. Screw that all the way down. Screw that all the way down. Okay. Okay, the threads should be straight. Let's see if we can get it back on. All right. All right, we have this in place now. I moved this one this way. It's a 10 mil. It's the nut is actually inside here. So you loosen it up, you slide it, and then you tighten it up. So you can see there's almost like a little T-track in there. So that nut is covered. And I should point out, if I didn't point out this already, that this is not the way that these things go on. They obviously go on to roof racks, just like you saw with the Suburban. But I don't have roof racks for this, and if I did, it would make it higher. So this is me just trying to make like a low profile connection. You can see that I'm probably only going to have about 6 inches to the top of the garage door when it's open. If I had the roof racks, it might hit. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Like, this obviously is a lot easier to do on roof racks like the Suburban. You just attach it. That's it. You don't have to cut these parts out or cut down the bolts or anything. It's really a simple installation. All right, we're tightened up. There's one on either side here. It's clamped down real good. Super tight. That one over there is good as well. And I tell you, it's looking good up here. I used blue This is actually super glue. Everybody says Loctite, I say Loctite, but this is actually super glue thread locker. And this one's just about done. Blue, I think, is the right one. I don't think you should use red on this. All right, we are attached, and I have to say it's really in the perfect spot. It's hanging over, geez, it's hanging over maybe 6 inches, and that's really just great. Obviously, I had the hatch up when I was putting this on to make sure that it wouldn't hit it and to have it back as far as possible, and that was a good idea. I have a step here, which I don't think, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but if I step on it, I'm able to get in here. One tip I'm going to give you with the rod holder is never ever lock it when there's no rods in it. It's a mistake. It really is. If someone wants to get in there, they will get in there. I mean, the lock is a deterrent. So only use it when there's something to deter somebody from getting. You lock that thing, they're just going to smash it, and then they're going to open up, and there's not going to be anything in there. You just gave somebody a reason to smash it open for nothing. So lock it when there's rods. Don't lock it when there isn't. I have had that thing unlocked all the time. I have it unlocked all the time when there's no rods in there. One time I came back from fishing. It was late at night. Pulled the boat out at like 11. That thing was open. I was like, thank God I didn't lock it. So yeah, I think it's going to be good. Maybe we should back this thing out just to make sure. Let's do that. Let me get you better. Let me get you set up better. Yeah, let me stop right there and see. Yeah. Man, this car is freaking covered in mud. Oh yeah. Let's look one more time. A lot of room. Good 6 inches at least. Okay, let's wrap this thing up. Sorry for the truck loud in the background. I gotta go get this thing washed. If you saw, I need a power washer, that's what I need. But it's covered in mud right now from when I went fishing. It's just Catskills. Catskills in March and April is bad news. It's just Mud City. I'm gonna get this thing washed up and good to get back out there, I guess. All right, thanks everyone, see ya.